Hi guys, welcome back to Pages of Magic. My name is Sam, and today we're going to go through this big old stack of books that I got at the, it was a sale in Iowa City, and the bookstore was the Haunted Bookshop, I believe, but the bookshop was closed, but they said they were open, except you could only go in by appointment, but they had a sale out on the sidewalk. So these are some of the books that I got, along with everything back there that you can see. But today we're going through these ones, and these are more of the like studious books, I believe. More books that probably were used during literature classes or history classes or art classes or something like that. So with that, we will start out. And the first one we have is Words, Notes, and Art from Nashville. And it's an anthology, a special collection of short stories, songs, and visual art prints curated by Chuck Beard. So there's that. I know nothing about this book, but just the title and this gorgeous cover of a typewriter turned me onto it. And for 50 cents, I could not pass it out. So it does have a list on the back of all the authors, the musicians, the cover art design, and the visual artists that are in this book. Oh, and there's a CD in the back, guys. That's pretty awesome, to be honest. The problem is that this semi-truck doesn't have a CD player. So we're gonna have to wait until we go home to listen to the songs from Nashville. Let's see if we can find some good art for you. Flip it open. Not that one. No. It wasn't bad, it was just too dark for here. So there's one. That's just gorgeous. Let's see if we can find another one. It's so hard to flip with the CD in there. Show me a picture. Any picture. That's the same picture we just picked out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I can't, but yes. So this is book number 1. Book number 2 is Literary Theory and Introduction by Terry Eagleton. There you go. Another one that sounds like it would probably be a really good class to take. I was never an English major in school, but I wish I was once I got out. So this might be a little hint at what that could have been like. Yeah, so it even says on the back, literature departments at colleges and universities. And this is a University of Minnesota Press, Minneapolis. You can see down here. Oh, look. If you remember from my last video, there was a professor at Iowa City. No, yeah. So she lives in Iowa City, and she's a professor at Iowa College, or Iowa City College, Iowa Hawkeyes, whatever that one is. And she had written her name, the date that she got the book, and the city that she lived in, and then she made notes in all her books. Well, this one, so we said that the author was Terry Eagleton, right? Inside, it has the same professors, and I know she's a professor because I'm a stalker and I googled her. So it has her name in it, the date she got it, and the city that she was living in. But then from the author, it says, for Kathleen, Christmas 1983, with love from B&J. So I don't know who B&J is, but they gave her this book for Christmas in 1983. So this book is older than what I am. There is another one, I believe, in this pile. Maybe not. No, it's in a different pile. But the author actually gave her the copy of the book, and it says for Kathleen, and then it has the author's signature in it, which is pretty awesome. But it's not this one. But she did go through, and she's marked different sections. See on the side there that she found important. So that's going to be awesome to read through just to see a professor's perspective. Try and say that one. A professor's perspective on this book. Alright, next we have Glimmer Train. I have no idea what this is, but I loved the cover. So there's the cover. You see that? It's like a little tarot reading. But it's called Glimmer Train. And it says Spring Summer 2016 issue 96. So I'm thinking this is like a short stories collection or something like that. So all on the side here in black it says stories. And on the back it doesn't have anything. Like, it's got authors' names, I assume, and blurbs of their stories. I have never heard of Glimmer Train though. And it just says Glimmer Train Stories. I'm assuming it is, yeah, so it's a book of short stories. So it says submitting work to Glimmer Train. Your short story manuscripts are welcome all year to make submissions on our website. Yeah, so if you write short stories, you can submit it to Glimmer Train. I hope they're good, because otherwise it will make this cover so deceiving. And I know they say don't buy a book based on its cover, don't judge a book by its cover, but look at that. Like, how could you not love that? That's cute as heck. Okay, on to the next one. This is Making Documentary Films and Videos, a practical guide to planning, filming, and editing documentaries. So there is that one that we got. I actually have quite a few books on filmmaking, because way back in, I want to say 2012 or 2013, I really got into filmmaking. It got so much that, like, my bedroom I had decorated all in like filmmaking decor with a clapboard and everything. My parents had moved just south of Wilmington, North Carolina, and so I went down there, and that's actually it was known as Wilmywood for a long time before North Carolina did, they were doing tax breaks for films, and then they quit that. So there's a whole studio down there that makes films. I worked on a short film down there. I worked on a music video down there. Yeah. I don't think the movie that I worked on ever actually got made, though. I think it was like a Patreon thing, and it ended up, the funding for it fell through, so it never fully finished. I think that's all I did, but I really, really got into it hard. So that's why we got this one. Next, we have Witness, the Modern Writer as Witness, a magazine of the Black Mountain Institute, Abandoned. So I've never heard of this one either, but I just figured it was a like a book of submitted writers or something like that, and I'm assuming that's what it is. Probably just like the other one. So there's poetry in it, fiction, nonfiction, and photography. So yes, I believe that's exactly what it is. So because the theme is abandoned, there are some gorgeous pictures in here, and this is what I got it actually. So there's abandoned rooms. There we go. I always had a fascination for abandoned buildings. So that's what Witness is. Yeah. I actually got books falling. Alright, next we have American Iconology. Oh my gosh. English is hard, guys. So this one says New Approaches to 19th Century Art and Literature. Yale University Press, New Haven, and London. So I'm pretty sure, yep, this one is the same professor and author, and she was in Iowa City in 1996. And there's markings in it, which is fine. But there's just a whole bunch of pictures in this one too. And this one I got because of the cover. Obviously, I'm a sucker for a cover. But it might be an interesting read. I don't know. I was never really into art that much. But it says, featuring an array of perspectives of the 19th century American art and literature, this book reassesses the work of significant painters. Oh, here's the part why I bought it. And writers, including Charles Wilson Peale, George Caleb Bingham, Mary Cassatt, James Fenimore Cooper, Nathaniel Hawthorne, and Henry David Thoreau. Those are the two. That's why we bought this book. Now I remember, plus it was only 50 cents, so. 2 more to go. We have The American Short Story and Its Writer, an Anthology. This is a beast. But this is definitely from an English literature course. And we got it for 50 cents instead of paying some insane like $300 or some crackers for that. And there's huge, so that it's alphabetical listing of authors. So you have all these, all these, all these, and all these. And if we flip it, okay, so that is all it is. But remember, I couldn't remember, I think last video, of Washington Irving and why that name sounded so familiar, and I just could not get it out of my head. He wrote Rip Van Winkle, which is in here. That is another reason I knew him. So this one, let's see if we can read some authors that we might know. Davy Crockett is in here. Let's see. We gotta have someone that we know. Let's see. Nope. I know none of these. Holy cow. There's gotta be someone in here. Okay, here we go. F. Scott Fitzgerald, Winter Dreams is in here. William Gass, In the Heart of the Country, and From Preface to In the Heart of the Country. And goodness, Nathaniel Hawthorne, The Minister's Black Veil, which I have read. I read that in my I had an advanced English class in high school. It was a college course for the local community college, and we read that in there, which is actually, it's a pretty good story. So we have that one, and then we have Ernest Hemingway, Soldier's Home. Pretty sure I've read that one too, because, you know, I like me some Hemingway. And then we have O. Henry, The Duplicity of Hargraves. Who else do we know in here? Langston Hughes, Red-Headed Baby. Langston Hughes, I know that one because I actually have a book of his that is kind of like this one. It's an anthology, but it's all Langston Hughes. Haven't read any of it. Then we have Washington Irving, Letter to Henry Brevoort, and Rip Van Winkle, and those are the only people that we know in this book, so not that many, which will be good because it's not like we have doubles of a whole bunch of these stories or something. It's people I've never heard of. That should be a pretty good read. Yeah. And lastly, we have Best Plays of the Early American Theater. From the beginning of 19 something, because it's ripped, we can't see. 1916, complete. So, do we know anybody that's on here? Let's see. Royal Tyler, James N. Barker, Anna Cora Mowat, Dion Bacquet, William Gillette, William Vaughn Moody, John Howard Payne, and Washington Irving. That's going to catch me every time now. Langdon Mitchell, Clyde Fitch, Augustus Thomas, Percy McKay, William Dean Howells, George L. Aiken, Eugene Walter, Charles Fetcher, and Edward Sheldon. Oh, so we have, let's see. The only one we know is Uncle Tom's Cabin by George L. Aiken, and The Count of Monte Cristo. So I haven't read Uncle Tom's Cabin, but I have read The Count of Monte Cristo. So yeah, that is cool. But it's just a big old book of plays. That can't be all. Because that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 plays are the best plays of the early American theater. What? From the beginning to I guess from the beginning to 1916. That makes sense. Oh, look. Our favorite professor / author owned this book. Yes, when I said I had to Google her because her name was on so many of the books that I bought, this is what I was talking about. So, yeah, it looks like there's just those 16 plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 16. Interesting, as my coworker would say. Oh, yep, there is the last book in the series. So, all these, I won't be able to lift them all here. There's these. And, oh gosh. These are all the books from that section that we got. So if you like this video, guys, definitely give it a little thumbs up. Tell me your favorite, like, off the beaten path, little hometown bookshops. They could be new bookshops or used bookshops. You know I love me a used bookshop, obviously. I think all these books that I bought so far, everything, it's like 4 videos worth, but it only came to like 20 bucks. Say hi, Sienna. Look, right there. Say hi. Oh, I can't. Okay. Yeah, Sienna says hi too, guys. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. My name's Sam, and this has been Pages of Magic. Let's see. I'm gonna get your face in there a little bit better. There we go. Say bye, Sienna. Bye. Okay, she wants some loving, so we'll go do that.